Ocala.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. Will treat you right.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Matt Gibbs is in the studio. If you have a question about automobiles, especially your own, call Matt and he will help you as much as he can over the radio. Of course, the ultimate thing to do is to go to Matt's Garage. And Matt's Garage is called Sunrise Automotive. It is located at 1800 Northwest 10th Street. We will repeat that later on. Also, when you go over there, you might want to check out some of the cars on the car lot called Crossroad Auto Sales, because sometimes another car is the answer to your car problems. One of these days, that'll be the answer to my car problems. The phone number here right now is 622-9622. Good morning, Matt. Thank you so much for helping out with that last segment. That was
no problem.
It was a big curveball for me.
No, I got to work behind the scenes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Did you go to Bike Week? Are you a biker? I can't remember.
Well,
you were? You're not? You were?
Well, I never was like a street biker kind of guy, but we were all involved in dirt biking. So for years, I would always go to Bike Week to see the Supercross race at the Daytona International Speedway.
Oh, okay.
We haven't gone in the last couple of years. I just moved on, I guess.
See, I don't think I'd be good at a bike. I think they're wonderful. I would love to, but I think I'd fall off or fall over or both.
Well, you
I just can't imagine going 70 miles an hour on a big bicycle. It just looks scary to me.
It's not a bicycle, though.
It is to me.
It's not a bicycle.
It's got two wheels, and you're going 70 miles an hour, and you got semis.
Larry, there's folks laughing at you. 70 miles an hour. 70 miles an hour. 70 miles an hour ain't nothing.
Well, that's true. People are laughing at me. I wouldn't blame them.
I do 70 miles an hour going up my driveway.
But with two wheels, I mean, the idea that you lean over when you go around a curve, that scares me too.
Yeah, and you have to lean. You have to go with
That just scares me.
The fun part of having a motorcycle like that is when you get a group of people together and...
Well, that's what Bike Week is about, right?
Exactly, and you go out and you have fun. It's a lot safer to go. I feel personally, it's a lot safer to ride with a group of guys than it is to back and forth on going back and forth to work. It seems like when you have a group of guys, there's so much noise. There's so many of you. People around you tend to pay a little bit closer attention.
Oh,
to what's
yeah.
going on.
Oh, there's something cavalry-like about. Is that the word cavalry?
Yeah, that sounds like a good word.
Not Calvary. Calvary is Jesus, right? Cavalry. I always mix the two words up. There's something cavalry-like about a bunch of motorcycles.
Yeah.
Right?
When Joey got hurt, one of the fundraisers we did was we put on a bike ride. And he didn't naturally, he couldn't ride a motorcycle because he's only 12 and he was paralyzed. But one of the guys that helped us put together the bike ride he had a Viper. So Joey, the Shriners led the ride, and then it was Joey and the Viper, and then all the participants, and they went all over the place.
Joey was how was he on the Viper?
We just put him inside the Viper car.
Okay, now help me understand what a Viper is. I don't know what that is.
Viper is like would be comparable to what a Corvette is to Chevrolet. The Viper is to Dodge.
It's a small motorcycle?
No, it's a car.
Oh, it's a car.
It's a convertible car.
Okay.
Just a real nice sports car.
So you know what we saw? I guess it was yesterday. We went to Silver River State Park, Silver Spring State Park now, but the side that's always been a state park. And there was a lot of bikers there with those sidecars, which look really cool. And one biker guy, big guy, long hair, long beard, and he had a dog in that sidecar.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
And then we kind of drove through the campground area, even though it said registered campers only. I just wanted to see. Some of those bikers had bike trailers that opened up into rather large tents. I was so amazed at this.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, these guys, I know a lot of guys right here in Ocala that go to Sturgis, they load up. And I know a couple of guys that will not trailer their motorcycles out to Sturgis and then get on their motorcycle out there in the Dakotas and ride. They ride from here to Sturgis on their motorcycle.
And Sturgis is where?
It's in, South Dakota?
Oh, okay. I thought it was in Leesburg.
No, there's a big bike festival in Leesburg.
What is that called? Isn't that called Sturgis or something?
No, no.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No.
Well, anyway, and didn't we used to have one downtown Ocala and something happened? Somebody got mad about it or something? Some local official didn't like it or something?
Oh, probably.
Was there something?
That makes sense.
I can't remember. There used to be some kind of a bike gathering in Ocala, but then they somebody got mad, ticked off or something.
I'm sure.
Well, anyway.
I'm sure.
If you have a question about your car, this is a good time to call in. Matt's here to answer those questions, and maybe you've got a noise. You know, Robin and Ronnie got a new car. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about that.
They got a green Taurus, a 2000 Taurus. Did I tell you this already?
Yeah, I think we talked about it last week.
Okay. And it's newer than mine, even though mine's a 2005.
Why is it newer than yours?
It's got an MP3 player.
We can put an MP3 player in yours.
No, you know what I have for mine?
What?
I have one of those little. I bought it at Walgreens. It's about the size, half a stick of gum, half a package of gum, and it's an FM transmitter.
Oh, okay.
And I just attach it to my iPod and it plays through my radio.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, she might have air conditioning too.
I think she does. Yeah, I think she does. I haven't been in the car yet, but it's a pretty car. Nice looking car. So you don't do body work at your garage,
No,
right?
I do not.
No.
No. I have a couple different, depending on the severity of what you want to have done. I have a couple different body shops that we.
Is there competition among like mechanics and body guys? Or, in other words, you like have a rally somewhere where you see who can fix a flat the quickest, or who can change oil the quickest, or who can knock out the dent in a fender the quickest, or something like that?
No, not that I know of. I'm sure that there's some
Mechanical Olympics or something?
Yeah, Mechanical Olympics. There you go. No. I
mean, it's amazing to watch the guys like in the pit crew on the professional races to see how quickly they can like change a transmission or something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's those guys are those guys. You know, people say all the time that like NASCAR. You know, they had the race this weekend, and you know, and people will sit there and say that you know they're not athletes. They just drive cars. But man, I'm telling you what, those guys are athletes. The pit crews are athletes.
They have to be.
You know, everybody is the timing.
Car parts are not light. They're heavy.
No, and the way that they do it, and the way that they do it efficiently, you know, is just amazing. And then, you know, getting a car, I had the privilege of going 24 laps at the Daytona International Speedway in
Really?
Yeah, a few years ago.
Were you racing or just driving?
I wasn't racing, but they let me go at it.
24.
24 laps. Yeah.
Wow. How far is that? That's a big.
Well, it's 2.5 mile track, so.
Okay.
And you know,
And how fast were you going?
I got up to about 175.
Wow.
And to think, you know, and you have a instructor, he's in a car in front of you, and you're following him, and he uses hand signals to tell you what he wants you to do, and you know, and the first. We did the first time out on the track. We got to go eight laps. We did an 8-lap thing, and then we came in and we went, and the instructors got with us and talked to us, and then we went out for another 8 laps. And it was the second set of 8 laps that it really occurred to me. You know, it's just there was probably 6 cars out on the track at one time, but we were spaced apart. You know, and to think that. These guys are hitting speeds up to almost 200 miles an hour, and there's 43 cars out there, or 42 cars out on the track at the same time. It just gives you a whole new perspective of what those guys have to do week after week after week.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, you never know how in detail somebody's job is or somebody's task is until you do it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I got a whole new respect for those guys. I mean, it was probably one of those things that you do in your lifetime that you'll just never forget.
Well, and that's a wonderful thing to say, because you know, when you look at somebody who does something that you do, but they do it professionally, you think, well, I could do that. I drive a car.
Right.
So I look at that and I say, well, I could do that, but
Right.
I couldn't do that.
Well,
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do what you do. I have no idea what you do. Not only physically, but I have no idea the encyclopedia of knowledge that you must have. In order to do what you do, you take it for granted because you can just, you know where it's in your brain somewhere. However, the brain.
yeah,
works.
it's weird how my brain works like that. It amazes me sometimes. I mean, I could have worked on someone's car 20 years ago,
But you'll remember.
and I won't remember their name. I won't remember nothing about them, but I'll remember their car. I remember putting a fuel pump in that car 20 years ago.
Right, and you tap into that information when you need it.
But the thing about it is that just floors me is that not only do I remember putting the fuel pump in, I remember why I put the fuel pump in.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying? So that when a car comes in tomorrow that had those symptoms, my brain just automatically goes to this particular area, goes to this place.
Oh, wow.
And so where a lot of guys that I've hired and worked with over the years, they got to go through this whole process of, okay, we got to check this, check.
Right.
Where I have to check, but I've already eliminated so many of the little checks, I get right into the main checks.
Matt, we have to take a break.
Yes, we do, and your clock is going backwards.
Everything's wrong this morning. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Mostly sunny today. It'll be warm with highs of 85 to 87. Clear to partly cloudy tonight. Patchy fog around daybreak. Low 60 to 63. Warm again tomorrow. Mostly sunny with highs of 85 to 88. Partly sunny. High 84 to 86 on Wednesday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Heather Zayer.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do your inhale and exhale for a count of 5. Repeat that a few times, and you'll feel the stress relief immediately. If you've ever wondered if the woman in your life is a mind reader, well, she is. It's not because she has supernatural powers. It's because women are a lot more intuitive than men, much better than us. If you like raw fish, get an order of sashimi. You get a good dose of protein for 1/3 the calories of a specialty roll.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. We are Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
WWOCA,
All right, 19 minutes after 10 o'clock, Matt Gibbs is in the studio from Sunrise Automotive and also from Crossroad Auto Sales. And both names reflect Matt's beliefs in God and beliefs in Christ. And there's a phone call coming in from somewhere. There's another Crossroad Auto Sales somewhere. I think I saw that. Where was I?
No, there shouldn't be a Crossroad Auto Sales. There's a Crossroad Realty Company. There's a couple.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. They stole your name? Or you
No.
You just had the same beliefs.
Well, I don't know what.
You don't know. So anyway, the phone lines are open if you have a question about your car, 622-9622, or not your boat. You don't do boats, right?
I do. I try not to do boats. I try not to do things that I don't know things about.
I have a question about oil.
No. Okay.
Does synthetic oil not, what's it called, get grungy or get mucky?
Oh, kind of like carbon up and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
But synthetic oil is made from actual oil, right?
It's a lot of it has an oil base. It's built off an oil base, but then it's all man-made elements that go.
Somebody left you a message.
Yeah, they did.
But is it less likely to, what is it called when sludge? Is it less likely to create sludge than the non-synthetic oil?
No, I don't think so.
No.
One of the things that I have seen, and it really depends on, the first thing that comes to my mind is Toyota. Their 3.0 liter V6 engines. They actually had a lot of problems with motor sludging up. And what I personally feel like, what I've investigated and what I found out was that the crankcase doesn't ventilate as well as a lot of other engines. And if the crankcase can't ventilate, I believe that that's one of the factors of why these engines were sludging up so bad. They don't have a PCV system that's adequate enough, I in my own personal feeling. But that's just, my personal feeling.
And speaking of Bike Week, do you normally work on bikes? Do you have a lot of bikes come in?
No, we don't have a lot of bikes come in. We have a few. Two of my guys, they have Harleys and stuff, so they bring them in, they work on them, and they might work on it, do something here or there for a friend or neighbor or something like that. I just don't have the information. I don't like working on stuff without information. If I'm figure, this is what's wrong, right. I like to know before we go working on it, what is it, how the theory and operation of that, whatever that is. With cars, that's not a problem.
So have you ever, maybe happened to you or somebody else, someone has a medical condition and they think, God, this is so weird, I'm going to have to explain it to my doctor. And then you get to the doctor and he goes, oh yeah, I've seen that 100 times. Yeah. So does that happen with you too? Yeah. People come with a car, I've never heard of this before. Yeah. And it's good news to us, the consumer, because, oh, really? That's great. You've seen this problem before.
Right. Just the other day, we had a lady come in. She has a town car. And she came in and she's like, I've never seen this before. I got the air conditioner on and the two vents on the driver's side is blowing ice cold and the two vents on the passenger side is blowing hot air. How can that be? If it's on,
yeah,
it's
really.
On.
How is that?
And
you've seen this before.
Yeah, you either have a bad actuator. Back in the day when we would turn the car on from, let's say, maximum to AC to defrost to, those are called modes. Those are the different modes that you're telling the air conditioning or the heater to work. So back in the day, they used vacuum diaphragms, and this vacuum, when you flip this switch, it would apply vacuum to an actuator.
Hear it.
Yeah, you could hear that little suck noise. You hear the door close.
Right.
Well, a lot of the cars now, they have, you can change, if you're a passenger, you can change the temperature coming out your vents, and the driver can put the temperature on their, make it come out their vents at their temperature. Well, now it's all done with electric actuators, motors. So if that actuator fails,
I gotcha. So that's why.
And that's why. Or there may be a broken door. We see a lot of broken doors. All that actuator operates a door and it breaks, and now you got this weird condition that.
So I haven't had an air conditioner in so long. Do the air conditioner controls not say max anymore on them?
Yeah, so some of them will say max, but it's not really maximum. It's recirculation is maximum.
That's what I thought. So maximum means that it's taking the air that's already been cooled
and recirculating it.
Is that easier on the engine?
It makes no difference.
Doesn't make a difference?
No.
Does an air conditioner cause a car to use more gasoline?
Sure.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Unless it's like a hybrid. A lot of the hybrids have electric compressors.
Okay.
So that when the compressor's applied, it's not putting any additional strain on the engine. But anything that engine has to turn is requiring power to turn it.
Okay. Even if you're driving down the road, you can't use that. What is it called? Kinetic energy? No. What's that called again?
Well,
remember in science class where you learned all the different types of energy?
Well, the thing about it is, could they come out with that kind of technology? Yes, but as of right now, they don't.
No.
Other than a hybrid where they have an electric compressor, if your engine is turning the compressor, when that compressor is applied, when the magnetic field is applied and the clutch is engaged, it's the engine that turns it. So,
I haven't had an air conditioner in so long in both my house and my car. I don't know what I'm going to do.
How do you live?
I don't know what I'm going to do the day these things get remedied. I'm gonna feel like I won the lottery or something.
Man,
probably have to win the lottery to get it all fixed.
What? You don't have air at the house either?
No. It stopped working and then that's it. Once it stops.
Hey, Joe. He needs a raise.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that to him. All right, let's go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, morning, Matt.
Morning.
Say, I got a guy that's been doing this for years with synthetic oil. You were talking about synthetic oil. He never changes the oil. He changes the filter every so many miles, and then he keeps reusing the oil over again, claiming that it never breaks down. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll put it to you like this: I don't want to buy his car. I don't want to buy his car.
Ah, okay.
I don't care.
Driving those cars up to several 100,000 miles with no problem.
I still don't want to buy one. If oil, there's too many contaminants. There's too many things that enter into the scenario of the situation. Okay, even though he's changing oil filter, he's not getting all the medical particles that the engine is producing. It does produce medical particles. There's
what kind of particles?
Metal.
Okay.
Metallic particles are being formed. Those bearings do wear. The timing chain wears. The oil pump gears wear. Everything they do wear. And there's no way that the oil filter is getting all of those contaminants out. There's combustion gases that go in there. There's a lot of things that go into the engine that I just don't agree with that. I would never do that to my car, nor would I do that or recommend that for anybody else's car. And I don't care what kind of oil they're using.
Would you agree that the synthetic oil will go more miles than a regular oil?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The Schaefer's oil that we use, Schaefer says that, hey, you can go 10,000 miles on this oil. I look at it, and it's my own decision based on where we live and the amount of heat we get. I say 6,000 miles in between oil changes would be well within the guidelines of what that oil will do. And so, so now you've taken it from 3,000 miles to go to 6,000. You doubled the interval of oil changes at that point.
Are you referring to the fact of the hot weather here?
Yes.
How about during the wintertime months when it's not quite as hot? Can you go longer?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you can. Yeah, you could. But it just seems like it's hard enough for a lot of people that to think about getting their oil changed. It's such an inconvenience, and it's this and it's that, and so here's every 6 months or 6,000 miles, if you're using Schaefer's oil, coming and get an oil change.
Yeah. Well, oil changes by themselves are, kind of like an inconvenience for you, because I know you're not making a bundle of money on an oil change, but you're doing it for customer service and possibly, getting some other kind of work out of the deal. But it's just that kind of a way,
Yeah, you don't make no money changing oil, but it is something that we do, and it is a service that we provide.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matt, what's your phone number?
You can call me at 352-690-1993, or come by to 1800 Northwest 10th Street.
All right. Call us if you need that repeated. Matt is our mechanic, and thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Paddock Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM.
Williams is accused of wounding 2 police officers in Ferguson, Missouri last week. Williams told St. Louis County Prosecutor Robert McCullough that he fired at someone else trying to rob him.